Okay, we'll go ahead and get started. Don't want to keep you guys waiting too long. So welcome. Thank you so much for being here today. My name is Cara Pryor. I'm the president of James Publishing and co-founder of James Marketing Amplifier. These days, I really spend most of my time talking and really strategizing with attorneys about ways to improve their marketing results. And really in talking to dozens of small law firms, before and even during the COVID downturn, we heard many complaints about low lead quality, and nearly everyone that I spoke with, really wishes that their marketing efforts were generating higher quality prospects. Well, I have to tell you, we know how you can improve your lead quality, and it's really to educate your prospects. It's as simple as that. If you teach them how, what to expect and really kind of the details of their legal issue and how you work to kind of resolve those issues, the prospects who call you will certainly be better qualified. They'll likely ask fewer questions, I should say lower level questions, be sort of more likely to retain you, and once on board, do a better job of following your recommendations. So I'm super excited about our session today that's all about how to generate better leads for your law firm. I want to take you through briefly just what today's session will look like. We're trying to keep it super concise and practical, and we've kind of divided it into 4 parts. So as you can see on the screen, we'll start with the webinar portion, where I'll show you examples of requalifying your prospects, educating, what to explain, what to send and when, and whether you should kind of do all of this yourself or outsource the work. Then we'll transition into the demo portion of our Marketing Amplifier product that allows you to implement all of today's recommendations. The demo will be essentially a quick walkthrough of our super simple content sender software that comes preloaded with a branded 100 to 300 page book, dozens of booklets, a shock and awe wow package, an extensive prospect nurturing series, a welcome kit, a reassurance series for your new clients, as well as monthly newsletters. And then next, the free book. So if you stick around until the end of the session, we will be sure to email you a link to our 191-page book called How Small Law Firms Can Generate and Convert More Leads. The book includes templates, techniques, as well as case studies. And then we'll wrap with the Q&A session. So feel free to ask me anything about improving the results of your law firm's marketing. So actually at any point during today's session, feel free to kind of submit your questions. You can use the Q&A icon button in the Zoom app. It should appear near the bottom of your screen. So submit those questions throughout the session, and I will be sure to answer all of them at the end. So let's go ahead and dive in. So pre-qualifying with what we call not for everyone copy. Small law firm lawyers routinely complain about the low quality of their leads, like I mentioned, right? But when we examine how they are generating them, we're really not surprised about this. So, think about it. So if a 2-line pay-per-click ad leading to a website which touts your expertise and experience is all that prospects read before calling, it's kind of no wonder that many of your callers are unqualified, right? That makes sense. And you really can't expect unsuitable prospects to kind of disqualify themselves before calling you if you don't explain beforehand how your firm evaluates leads and what matters are accepted and what you can really help with. So I always ask kind of, where's the copy explaining what makes their claim or issue suitable for your firm? Where is your, like I said, not for everyone language? If you don't explain what makes a claim or issue worthy of your firm, you really will need to continue kind of sifting through many unsuitable calls, which I hear that complaint all the time, especially for my friends using pay-per-click. So providing what we call this not for everyone copy, it also kind of adds a level of exclusivity, which I think is important. Prospects kind of try harder when they know your firm turns away those who don't meet their standards, right? So it creates that benchmark, it creates that kind of level of exclusivity. So focusing on your qualified leads, spending less time on those unqualified, it's easy, it's pleasant, and of course it's a high impact win, right? So moving along, educate. So an informed prospect is a better prospect. There's no doubt about that. You know that, right? But the easier you make it for prospects to evaluate their own claim or their own issue, the more sophisticated your leads will become. That makes sense. And you find the prospects who have read or watched your educational materials before they actually speak with you will nearly always be higher quality prospects. They will be educated. They, like I said at the top, at the top of the presentation, they will ask better questions. They'll be more ready to sign with you rather than kind of take multiple meetings with attorneys and really shop around. They'll be more likely to show up for the appointments. Nothing is more frustrating than those missed appointments that you prepare for. Of course, more likely to retain your services and really not be surprised by your requests for information or other work. They will understand what will be expected of them, not only, what to expect of the process in general. So lead magnets are great for this. Offering an FAQ booklet or a case evaluation checklist perhaps will really help your prospects self-screen, themselves. These can be provided on your website, certainly offered in social media posts or emailed to new prospects. So really the idea is to get these lead magnets out there in any way that you can, and you'll see the benefits. You'll certainly see the benefits come through. Okay, so what to explain? Great question. What do I actually talk about, right? We always say focus on detailing the legal process. What can be expected? What will things look like moving forward? Answer common prospect questions. Reveal details about the work that you do specifically. So the first step is really to provide your prospects with a variety of content that sort of familiarizes them with what lies ahead. You should provide, ideally, both written articles as well as videos. People like to ingest content in varying ways, and to kind of meet them where they are is super important, especially these days. So no matter the content, no matter how you kind of present it, the content should give prospects a look at what will occur if they do retain you, and try and be as specific as possible. It will certainly give your prospective clients insight into how your approach works and then what their role will be. Anything you can do to give them a little bit of insight, kind of take the unknown out, build that trust, let them know, who you are as an attorney, who you are as a person. All of that goes a really, really long way in educating and making the prospect more comfortable to retain you. So supplying these educational either booklets or articles or videos, this educational information in a variety of formats, it really will help get your information across. So, we've talked about booklets, checklists, quizzes are great, infographics, videos, all work, and I'll show you samples of all of those. So let me click through. Here's a look at a few educational booklets that we provide to our subscribers of the Marketing Amplifier system. So these happen to be from our personal injury library, obviously, but these meaty booklets work great as lead magnets on your website. Undoubtedly, there is a group of visitors to your site who just might not be ready to book a consult or give you a call. Perhaps they are looking to gather more information, get some of their questions answered. That's what the whole goal of these lead magnets are. Collect that contact information, because otherwise, those folks would have left without a trace, right? If they didn't book that consult, we wouldn't have been able to collect their information. So great way to use this content certainly is a lead magnet on your website. And then I also wanted to show you another format here. Actually, let me try to go back here. So infographics. Here's a look at some of the infographics that we provide. Infographics are really an excellent way to kind of convey a ton of information in an easy to digest, visually appealing format. So as you can see, the topics of these infographic examples are how insurance companies work, key events in typical Chapter 7 and Chapter 13 bankruptcies, and then on the right there, requirements for a legal will. These go a long way. I mean, they do take a little bit of time to create. You can certainly outsource the design, but once you have these assets, they are wonderful for, of course, providing as lead magnets on your site, but really, really great on social media as well. And then I wanted to show you an example of an FAQ video. Really, video is becoming more and more a must-have, to be honest with you. It's less sort of optional. And like I said, videos like infographics, they really do make for wonderfully helpful resources on your website, but they're also great to share on your social media accounts. So whether you're on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, we highly recommend sharing this type of content. So I'll play just a few seconds of this video so you can get a sense of kind of what it's like. Let me just play this here so you can listen just for a few seconds.
You were involved in an injury accident, and suddenly, through no fault of your own, everything has changed. You cannot work in the same way you used to. You have medical bills to pay and complicated insurance issues to sort out. It's no wonder you're feeling overwhelmed. That's where we come in. We are knowledgeable and experienced personal injury lawyers.
Okay, so just wanted to show you that because videos are, really becoming increasingly more important. So something to consider. Okay, moving right along. So prospect and client education is an ongoing process. Sometimes that's easy to forget. The more often you educate, the bigger impact it will have on the quality, preparedness, compliance of your prospects and clients, right? I can't kind of, reinforce that enough. Once you adopt this sort of prospect attraction and client retention philosophy of educating instead of selling, you should insert it throughout your marketing. It is a much better approach for many, many ways, but specifically we recommend different series for every phase of the client life cycle. So let me kind of go through these. So for followers, we recommend offering booklets on social media and your website. Prospects, send shock and awe, these wow packages followed by an ongoing lengthy nurturing series. For new clients, welcome them and kind of create that positive first impression with a welcome kit, and then follow up with an ongoing reassurance series for new clients. Again, this reassurance series should describe to your new clients what to expect, and we always describe it as it kind of combats buyer's remorse in a way, right? Because there can be a bit of a time gap between kind of retention and when that visible work is completed. And the reassurance series does a wonderful job of keeping you top of mind and in touch and educating and welcoming those new clients while you kind of get to work on their case. And then for past clients, every month circulate a Smarter Living newsletter. I'll show you that more near the end of the session. But newsletters, I mean, they're old school, but they work, and they're a wonderful way to stay in touch with those past clients for referral purposes. Certainly they may need your services again in the future, or they may, know friends or family who may be going through a situation where your services would be needed. So past client newsletters are really, we really highly recommend those. And then for professional referral sources, every month send a substantive newsletter. So a newsletter that is geared toward helping attorneys and helping professionals, helping those who may be sending referrals your way, helping them kind of grow their own business, grow their own practice. That's what the kind of substantive newsletter should be focused on. Okay, so big question, do it yourself, do all this yourself, or outsource it? As we say on the screen, writing quality materials one time and setting them up as auto sends will minimize the work and bring long-term value. There's no doubt about that. But certainly to do this, there is a decent time commitment required. Once you have the asset, it is invaluable and can work for a very long time. However, you do need to kind of dedicate that time to create these materials and to create these automated sequences to make sure that they run with minimal effort on your part in the long term. Otherwise, it just won't be sustainable, right? You won't be able to kind of manually stay in touch with your clients throughout the life cycle if you're trying to do it manually. So another option, of course, is to outsource it. We can certainly provide you with a preloaded, super simple software program that covers the complete client life cycle and really kind of helps you implement everything that I've mentioned today. So let me kind of give you a quick little look into the demo here. So let me start off by, we truly believe that great marketing does start with great content. And, James Publishing, as a legal publisher for nearly 40 years, content is really what we hang our hat on here, and it's certainly the foundation of this Marketing Amplifier program. First and foremost, as our subscriber, you immediately gain access to our massive library of consumer books, booklets, and brochures. And all of these materials are branded for you with the firm's information. So as you can see on the screen now, we currently offer the program in the following specialties: bankruptcy, business litigation, criminal defense, estate planning, family law, personal injury, as well as Social Security disability. Since the program is so content heavy, it naturally takes our team of attorney editors some time to kind of build out the full program in new specialties, but these core specialties here are fully built out and available. And I'll tell you where you can view content samples in each of these areas in just a moment. But as part of the program, let me click through to the site here. So as part of the program, we really do put the content to work for you in some very specific ways. So one of the first things that we like to do to help you engage more of your website visitors is to install an FAQ pop-up on your website. So here's a live example of that now. So if you look down to the bottom of the page, you'll see this little box right here that says download our free ebook, 56 FAQs about personal injury claims. So if a visitor were to click there, this pop-up would appear offering this lengthy educational collection of FAQs in exchange for basic contact information. We're also asking one qualifying question, that being how immediate is your legal need. That one qualifying question helps us to prioritize the urgency of the follow-up. And then because like I mentioned during the presentation, there is undoubtedly a group of visitors to your site who may not be ready to book a consult or give you a call. So that's the whole idea of offering super educational, helpful booklet as a lead magnet there. And then another engagement device we like to add to your website is a resource page. So here's a live look at that. Under resources here in the top nav, you see estate planning resources. Here, I'll click there. And up comes an incredibly comprehensive resource page that includes all of your branded booklets available to your visitors in exchange for contact information. So I'll scroll through here and you can see booklet after booklet, all available on your website on this resource page that we add. We work with your web developer to add just one simple snippet, one little line of code, and you'll be up and running to use this resource page. You can see it's very, very extensive. Again, it's a wonderful way to educate your prospects, and we help you keep in touch with them on an ongoing basis until they're ready to hire you. So let me show you. So all of your branded content is housed in our super simple to use content sender software, which is what you're looking at now. Here's the Your Library section where you can access all of your materials. You can see everything is organized in categories that sort of correspond to the varying milestones within the client life cycle. For prospects, you have brochures and shock and awe kit. For new clients, you have book, your 100 to 300 page book, all branded. All of your booklets, dozens and dozens of booklets. Here's a welcome kit as well. For past clients, here's where all of your monthly newsletters will live. Let me scroll through there. And these items can be sent individually on a one-off basis. For instance, if you want to send this specific Creating Your Estate Plan book to a specific prospect or a specific client, all you do is click Review and Send under the book or the booklet, and up pops this pop-up where you simply enter the recipient's email address and you hit send, and they'll automatically receive the book. If you're looking, and this is also where you can access the content, so to open the file, you click here and it pops open the full text here to take a look. Here's the table of contents, and you can scroll through the entire file there. So now let me show you the client lifecycle. Scrolling down, the program includes content, like I said, for every phase of the client lifecycle, and all of these sequences are automated through this client lifecycle that you currently see now. Our team has spent a ton of time building out these drip series to ensure that your clients receive the most relevant information at the best times. So for prospective clients, this first column here is where you add your new leads, where they will first receive a shock and awe package, followed by a lengthy educational drip series for those undecided that, again, kind of demonstrates your expertise, shows that you're ready to help, conveys your caring. To add a new lead, you simply click New Prospect, add their information here, their name and email are the only required fields. You can, of course, complete the other fields as well, and then you can scroll through here and kind of see the content that will be sent. Confirm and send will officially kind of enter them into this ongoing series. We also link your FAQ lead magnet as well as your resource page to this portal, so those prospects will automatically feed into this first column here. And then once you retain that prospect, you simply drag and drop their nameplate into new clients. So drag and drop it here, and that will trigger automatically the welcome package as well as the ongoing reassurance series. And then once the case is wrapped, you want to keep in touch with that contact. You drag and drop over to past clients, as simple as that, and they will receive your monthly newsletter on an ongoing basis, and you can stay top of mind for referral purposes. So the only action required of you to trigger these powerful, lengthy series is to simply drag and drop the contact nameplate kind of from milestone to milestone. So that's a super quick look at the Marketing Amplifier program. Let me go back to the slides really quick here. So book, software, and questions. First, I promised you a free book. So right after this, we'll email you a link to the book, How Small Law Firms Can Generate and Convert More Leads, along with a complete recording of today's session. So you'll receive that automatically. I highly encourage you to take our Marketing Amplifier for a spin. You can actually sign up for the program by going to jamesamplifier.com/automated-demo. Let me throw that link into the chat right now so that you can actually click on it. I'll do that now. And just know too that there is no setup fee. It's after the $1 trial, it's $2.95 per month. No long-term commitment. It's month to month. But from that link, you can either sign up for the program or actually just set an appointment with me if you'd like to learn more. But I highly encourage you to check it out. You can also, on that page, you can also see samples, content samples for every specialty that I described earlier. And then I want to make sure that you have my contact information here too. If you want to just call me directly, 714-434-5926. My email is kpryor@jamespublishing.com. So there's multiple ways to kind of reach us, and let us know if you have any questions. But at this point, I will actually answer any questions that you might have about your marketing. Continue to kind of submit those using the little Q&A button near the bottom of the Zoom window. Some good ones have actually come in already, so let me start with those. First, she asks, if I only have time to implement one of these elements, where should I focus? Great question. I think the lowest hanging fruit really is kind of the prospect nurturing series. So that's where I would start, definitely. Write a series of emails that answers your prospects' common questions. You know those better than anyone. And the series should showcase your expertise, convey your caring, really just show that you're ready to help. And it should be an ongoing series as well. can we create our own branding to use with your materials? So our team will help you brand your materials. So you can include custom colors, you can include your contact info, your logo. They work with you to make sure that our materials kind of match your branding. This is a good one. Does your software integrate with my existing software? So I'm assuming that that means your practice management or your case management software. So that is how this program works the best. So yes is the answer. We're currently building out integrations kind of one by one to ensure that everything is syncing. So the last thing we want to do is have you kind of layer on an additional tool that may be cumbersome. So we want, the goal is absolutely 100% to integrate with your existing case management system. So if that's Clio, MyCase, Lawmatics, or something else, we kind of have to take that on a case-by-case basis, kind of depending on how those are set up. But absolutely, our team will work with you and prioritize that to make sure that kind of everything is feeding through one system. How often should I send a newsletter, and what content should I include? So we certainly recommend a monthly newsletter. That's what our program includes. However, I completely understand that that is a big time commitment. So if you're trying to, produce your newsletter in-house, maybe quarterly is more feasible. Maybe quarterly makes more sense. It's more about being consistent in whatever you do. So if you can commit to quarterly, then, that is what I would recommend. And then what content should I include? So we found it to be, you want people to actually read the newsletter, right? You don't want their eyes to kind of glaze over and it be 100% law focused. So our editors are really careful to provide a kind of a nice mix of content. So, smarter living tips, financial advice, relationship advice, seasonal articles, general interest pieces, recipes. All of this stuff is really engaging and interesting, and it just provides a nice mix. If you're producing a newsletter yourself, of course, if you have something interesting happening in your personal life or in the personal lives of one of your staff members, that's great to include. A big case win. So really the mix is what's most important with a newsletter. And I want to mention too, with the newsletter, it can be digital, it can be emailed, which is what we provide in our program. Certainly you can postally mail the newsletter as well. That obviously comes with additional costs, but it's really all about what information you have. So do you have email addresses or do you have physical addresses? And then what you can afford and kind of how you want to kind of position it. But it can certainly be, digital or otherwise, or postal. It says, does your system integrate with MailChimp or ActiveCampaign? So those are two systems that I have received requests for in the past. So we are looking to integrate with both of those, especially MailChimp. We're working to integrate so that, we can really kind of offer you bulk sending and sync everything. So really we're taking the integrations kind of one at a time and building them out, with our new subscribers to make sure that we're able to make things as seamless as possible. So those are definitely two that I've received requests for in the past, and they're on our lists. This asks me to repeat the practice areas that we cover, and can I sign up for multiple specialties? So let me go back to this page. Again, the practice areas: bankruptcy, business litigation, criminal defense, estate planning, family law, personal injury, social security, disability. If you visit that jamesamplifier.com/automated-demo link, that's where you can sign up for the program, but you can also view a whole bunch of content samples on this page. So I encourage you to check out that link. And yes, you can sign up for multiple specialties. So the base price of $295 per month includes one single specialty. And then all additional specialties are basically half of that in addition per month per specialty. So we give you price break, we give you 50% off the full $295 for any additional specialty that you add on. And then it looks like this might be the last question. Does your program include a setup fee? No, there's no setup fee. We're offering the dollar trial, 30-day trial. And then after that, it's $295 per month. No setup fee, cancel anytime. We're certainly not in the business of kind of locking anyone into something that might not be working. But you really see the value of the program pretty quickly as you gain access to all this content. We start putting it to work for you. Okay, so any other questions? I don't see any other questions coming in, but please reach out to me if you want to talk about your marketing in any way. I love talking about this stuff. 714-434-5926. Email me, kpryor@jamespublishing.com. And definitely check out that jamesamplifier.com/automated-demo. You can see all the samples there. You can certainly sign up for the program for the dollar trial, as well as book an appointment with me. So it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you guys for your time. And you will be receiving the free book and a recording of this session shortly. So thank you so much, and I hope to hear from you. Have a great one. Thank you.